We're going to talk now to Charlie Weston, the Irish Independent Personal Finance Editor, and who joins us for our Money Spot every Wednesday, but also Ciaran Mulligan, the Managing Director of Blue Insurance, about gadget insurance. Because, Charlie, I'd imagine lots of people who are now buying new phones or tablets or laptops or other things this Christmas, there's a very good chance they're going to be offered insurance when they go to the till. Should they take out insurance?
Yeah, there's two things. You'll probably be offered a warranty, Matt. I mean, an extra warranty sometimes you're offered for electronic goods, but you will have a warranty anyway. So a warranty covers it if there's a problem with the device, it doesn't work. But yeah, insurance, it's very expensive, Matt. You're kind of damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because not only is the insurance expensive, the gadgets have become very expensive, extremely expensive. If you're talking about a high-end iPhone 7 Plus, maybe if you get extra memory, 256 gigs, that's about €1,100 worth of device in your pocket. And at Christmas, people leave these in pubs. Their defences drop. They go to the bar. They leave the phone on a table. And there's guys walking around pubs whipping these things. Samsung could be a Samsung 7S Edge could be €800. So they're very easy to steal. The break-ins tend to be devices like that, high-end mobile phones, particularly mobile phones.
But if it's a break-in in your house, aren't you covered by home insurance?
Yeah, you will be, but sometimes it's not worth claiming, Matt. There's a real problem with home insurance on devices. First off, you're probably going to have an excess. It could be anywhere between €200 and €400. So, in other words, you have to cover the first €200 to €400 of the claim.
And will they tell you that your device is no longer worth €700 or €800 you paid for it, because if it's 6 months old, it's depreciated in value?
They might well do that, Matt. They might sort of replace it with something of a similar age rather than a new one. The other problem is you're going to lose your no claims bonus. You will, your premium will go up. And if you then, when it comes to renewal time, want to go shop around for another different policy, they'll ask you, have you had a claim in the last 3 years? And if you've had a claim, they might want to take you on. So home insurance tends to be a big problem for devices in particular.
Okay, but if you have gadget insurance and if you lose your phone because you've had a few pints and you've been stupid enough to put it down the counter in a bar and it's swiped, are you allowed to claim then?
You might. You see, that's it. Some of them, you're going to have to look at all the policies. Some of them won't cover that unless you go to the guards and say it was stolen, and you can produce a report, from the Gardaí saying it was stolen. I mean, the big one as well is broken screens, which can be €200. If you have an Apple, you have to go to an approved Apple repair person.
You go around the corner here.
No, it's not covered. It's not covered by warranties.
£110.
No, and Apple have put some software into this phone to block it if you do that. Now that's how bad it is. Blocks.
They do not. I've had screens replaced
on the new phones. Not as far as I know, Matt. As far as I know,
Ciaran Mulligan, you're sort of shaking your head there.
I'm shaking my head because I had an iPhone 7 Plus that I got recently, and there was a fault with it, and I sent it back, and I had to wait 6 weeks to get another one, a replacement. That's how scarce they are at the moment. To replace an iPhone 7 Plus screen, it's €380
with Apple.
Well, with anyone.
Go to a shop around the corner.
They don't have them. Each of the phones, they can't even get the screens at the moment. $380 to get it by an approved repairer. And if you don't get it done by a approved repairer, your warranty is null and void. So even if you have that phone 2 or 3 weeks, you go to a non-approved repairer, Apple will not cover the warranty for the rest of it unless you've gone to them. So
it's a difficult one, Matt. Very difficult. I mean, I think mobile insurance is not great value. It's very, very expensive.
How expensive is it?
Well, you could be paying, it's not unusual to be paying $14.99. Whether you get it through...
A month?
Exactly, a month, Matt. A month. Whether you get it through, O2, or not O2, 3 they're called now, or Vodafone, or Tesco, or Air, or else if you go to an independent company like Gadget Insurance or Mobile Cover.
Or Blue?
It's very, very...
What do you do?
Blue, Gadget Insurance.com is our brand, or you can go to Blue Insurance, the same, but we do it from $6.99 a month. So we're half the price of most of the mobile.
Half the cover?
No, we provide the full cover, thank God. But again, it is. I mean, to replace an iPhone Plus now, it's between €900 and €1,100 out of contract. So you may get it in contract for between €100 and €200. But if you break that, you're out of contract. You're still tied up with the mobile phone company for 24 months, and you're paying €900 to €1,000 to replace it. It is not worth the risk.
You see, Matt, the other thing
just say you have no insurance, so you break your phone, you have to replace it, you're under that contract
for 24 months now, the mobile,
and you need a new phone to replace it, and they charge you the full whack rather than
actually charged the full amount now, because you've just taken the contract out with them. They're subsidising your price of your phone.
See, this is it, Matt. See, I have a real problem. I mean, I know Ciaran's here beside me, but I have a real problem with mobile insurance. It's incredibly expensive. The other thing is the exclusions as well. For example, if you leave it in your car and you didn't have it in the glove compartment hidden away, they won't cover it. Most policies won't cover that. You can only make two claims a year. There's often an excess. The first 60, could be more, is not covered. So it's sometimes if you change the SIM card, you're not covered.
I have to disagree with Charlie totally here. I think mobile phone insurance for the first 2 years of when you get a new phone, they're so expensive to replace, like $6.99 a month, which is roughly about 84 quid a year to cover your phone that's worth €1,000. Basically, your phone is like your right hand. I know when I've broken mine or lost mine or whatever, it's like chopping your right hand off, and to be without that phone after spending that much, or the potential of what you will spend outside of contract. Same with iWatches as well. They're the new thing. People have them. You leave it in the gym or something, you're covering that. That's 250 to 350
but hang on, you've a fairly solid case on your phone. Well, that not just protect
that's the other thing, Matt. I mean, my kids have iPads in school, and I made one of them. I bought a Survivor case for one of them. Now it costs €70. And I have it insured as well. But the Survivor case costs more than the insurance, because the Survivor case, it's a big, ugly, chunky cover for the iPad, and it even has a screen for over the screen, because kids will drop them, and you have to replace the screens, you have to send it away, and it's very expensive. So look, I'm not saying I'm not disagreeing with Ciaran. I'm just saying people need to be aware mobile insurance is very expensive because of very few players in the market. Plus there's a lot of exclusions.
Is it the newer models? Because the reason I say about it, my daughter broke her iPhone 5 last week, and I got the screen fixed for 90 quid.
Yes,
€60 is the cheapest you'll get for fixing an iPhone 5, maybe 50.
But it's the 6s and 7s where you get into trouble, is it?
You get into trouble where you have to go to an approved Apple kind of replacement repair person.
And likewise, I'm just saying more and more of the schools are actually giving iPads rather than school books. We're covering them through with Wriggle.ie. They're doing the iPads for schools. Again, we're seeing lots of claims for left behind, lost, robbed from students. So again, that's very important to cover that. And again, that's very competitively priced as well.
I don't know. I never felt it was that competitively priced when I was paying it on my daughter's iPad.
Well, I wouldn't be paying
I'm paying this for an iPad and not having to pay that in insurance as well on top of it.
$14.99 compared with $6.99 is a big difference in price. I mean, you're talking €180 a year versus €83 a year. So, I mean, that's how you're weighing that up.
But if you have a high-end phone, Matt, it's going to cost a lot. It's expensive. The insurance is expensive.
What
as
about
well.
things like Xboxes and PlayStations and stuff like that?
They're probably, you get them covered in the home insurance. You're not bringing those out of the home.
And we covered the handheld game devices as well. I'm trying to think what other unusual devices are we getting. GoPros, all that side of things. They're quite expensive, so if you're traveling... And I suppose
these things aren't covered by warranty if you drop them, are they? And break them.
Tell them not to be. The other problem is, Matt, you can't bundle them all together, because there's 4 in our family. There's 4 mobile phones. There's I think there's 3 iPads in the house. It'd be great just to stick them on in one policy. But you tend to have to take out an individual insurance on each separate device.
We can do that for you.
Which is kind of expensive.
And a corporate insurance as well for people that have lots of mobile phones with a corporate company or iPads. A lot of people using them for sales, etc. We've corporate insurance that we can do for that as well. So it's worth certainly.
The last word in this too, Charlie Weston.
Yeah, I think if you've got an expensive phone, you definitely have to consider insurance. But do be aware there are a lot of exclusions and it's expensive. So what you should do is go online, Control F, find exclusions, for example, and look at what's not covered. Compare the different policies, because there's a couple of different policies out there, and just be aware that you won't be covered in every circumstance, and it is going to be expensive, I'm afraid.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Charlie Weston, thank you for all your contributions during the year. Very happy Christmas to you and your family. We look forward to seeing you every Wednesday here in the new year on The Last Word for our weekly money spot every Wednesday. And thank you, Ciaran Mulligan from Blue Insurance, for joining us as well today. And happy Christmas to you as well. Back after this. Happy Christmas to you as well. Back after